This isn't so much a book talk as it is a let's talk about Unwholly by Neal Shusterman. I am the supplier. Most of the time I try not to talk about how much I love the books I've read, but it seems recently I've read so many awesome books I've been having a hard time keeping it under my hat. For the reason why I do book talks instead of book reviews, if you watch the video in this annotation right here, it'll tell you. I've also linked to it in the description if you can't see annotations. I am not gonna hide how much I love Unwholly. I love it even more than Unwind. But what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna deny that it's disturbing. But I think that dystopian novels, to a certain extent, are supposed to be disturbing. Some, like this trilogy, posit a potential future, and it requires us to examine the choices that we make right now in our present to ensure that we don't end up in a place that looks like this future. But the fact that this future that is posited in Unwind and Unwholly is plausible is even more terrifying. What I loved about Unwholly, despite its frightening nature, is the questions that it raises for me as a reader and as a person who has lived experiences like all people. In Unwind, my takeaway question was, what does it really mean to be alive? That is, can one be alive in a divided state? The Admiral seemed to think so. He gathered all of his son's transplant recipients together, and he said that he felt like his son was really there. But I don't think that you can truly be alive in a divided state. Leaving Unwind with that question, I thought it would be natural that I come to Unwholly, or that I come out of Unwholly with questions, and I did. So I'm gonna put those questions to you today. There are a few of them, and I will include them in the description so that you can look at them later if you choose to comment. I'd like to have a discussion. I think it would be cool. The primary question that I was left with is one that really spanned the entirety of the novel, and is encompassed in the title of the novel itself, and it's, what does it mean to be whole? A number of the characters address this in varying ways, from calling themselves holies in the graveyard, or to believing that their higher purpose isn't to be whole, to having difficulty accepting whatever their lot in life may be, whether it be government-imposed silence or accepting transplants from people who have been unwound. So what does it really mean to be whole? The next question actually came up explicitly in the text, and I was surprised when I saw it because I'd written it down on the sticky note that I kept on the back of the book to write down my questions as I had them. And I wrote it down well before it showed up. It was fantastic. Seems like my powers of prediction are, still working. But the question is this: is voluntary unwinding suicide? And on the other side of that, is refusing to be unwound selfish, considering that unwinds are government property, and thus, by extension, refusing to be unwound, is it murder? What are your thoughts? I'm going to post my responses in a different video, and it will be linked to this one. You're not going to be able to see it on my homepage. You'll have to come back to this video to see it. And I know I said this on Sunday, but I'll say it again. Add Unwholly to your TBR pile because it is awesome. On that note, I am done for today. Happy reading, and don't forget to be awesome.